Oh baby, I got cinnamon rolls and they are good. Finally finished the man cave, got it put together, got the lean-to rebuilt. It's beautiful inside. I got 3 days left till party week starts and we're gonna build something to shoot at. But first, cinnamon rolls. You want one? There's one left. No? Alrighty. Welcome back to the worm too. You thought I forgot. I don't forget. I know in last week's video I explained this maybe a couple times before that, but my idea is to make a Jenga tower, a big, I don't know, this big, not sure yet, Jenga tower on the Lazy Susan, so you can go down to the shooting range, set it up, use a 22 to shoot the blocks out. I looked on YouTube where everybody's done everything and I didn't really find anybody trying this. They do make giant Jenga sets, but you know, they're spendy. Plus when you take a block out, I think you're supposed to set it back on top, right? And I'm assuming that you shoot a block and the block's gonna kind of get destroyed, so we'll make a whole bag of them if this works, and you can take a new one and set it back on top. I was hoping to find a better Lazy Susan than this. This is like really thin tin and plastic. We'll do the shooting obviously down at the shooting range into the hillside, and you don't want to have to walk around the Jenga tower and shoot in crazy directions. So I figure you can very gingerly spin this around, line up to the block you want, and blast it. Thing is, we got tons of options here. We've got scrap aspen. I think I have a fair amount of this 1-inch aspen. This is dried out, but it's still quite dense. So maybe we need some 22 rounds with some sauce to them to knock one of those blocks out. I don't know, maybe not. We've got some milled up pine. I think all the pine I have is 1.5 inches, but I've got some scraps. Those would be pretty giant blocks. I don't know, maybe we do that. And then of course I got lots of scraps of 3/4 inch and 1-inch chainsaw milled cedar. That would be the lightest, although that's 3/4. That would be even, well, that'd be about the size of a normal Jenga block, so that's probably not big enough. Sadly, I haven't been down to the shooting range much in the last few months, just because I've been working on other stuff. Normally, I mean, the last few years, I've on average been shooting 22s 3 days a week on average over the years. So it tends to be like 5 or 6 days a week, and then the winter I don't shoot as much. But yeah, I've had a little hiatus for a few months. We'll take the machete and the loppers down there, clean it up a little bit, see if we can find a stump, take the chainsaw, make it perfectly level. And then we'll drag out the big planer, start running stuff through, cutting it down. I don't know what's gonna work. We'll try a lot of stuff and a lot of different 22 ammunition. Really slow stuff, really spicy stuff, hollow points, you know. Well, something's bound to work. Of course, no, it's not bound to work, but we're gonna try it. You wanna see the lean-to? You wanna see where my chainsaw is? Look at this place. Nothing on the ground. Well, I left the tubs here I emptied out, so party week people have a place to put their food where it's not going to get attacked by the animules. Let's see, I don't think we have any giant stumps. Let's go for that guy. Holy moly. Can you see down there? Jeez, oh Pete, it's like a forest. Wow, look at this place. I was thinking that the shooting range, all the trees I cut down were cedars, maybe a couple spruces and a fir or something, but all these little trees sticking up are the suckers from the aspens. So there must have been 1 or 2 aspens here. You cut the tree down, it still has the roots there, and it shoots up new trees off the roots. And that's how in, you know, 2 or 3 months you can get trees that are, that thing's like 7 or 8 feet tall. This is going to be kind of fun. Yeah, this side, the 22 range isn't even that bad, but there's still 8-foot trees down there. Gosh, it just grows so fast. Machete or loppers? Machete or loppers? Machete's more fun. I'm pretty sure this is gonna make me sweat. I'm gonna give it a try. It's really fun. put my noise canceling headphones on. Machetes do make a really nice ring, but I gotta catch up on my podcast. Listening to Armchair Expert today. Got a few to listen to. Ow, it's like going out and throwing a baseball for 2 hours. Not that it took 2 hours, but now you can rip your shoulder up doing that. All right, we gotta find a good stump. Well, I guess there's no reason in doing any of this if this thing doesn't still work. So, not only do we need something really flat, we actually kind of need something up high enough. I mean, I guess you could kneel down. You're not going to be shooting this tower at an angle like this. I don't think it'll work at all. I guess it's fine if you have to kneel. There's only one tall stump out here. It's the one with the little woodchuck or prairie dog or whatever on it, but even that's only 2 feet tall. This would be all right for now. You could crouch down and get most of the way down to the bottom. I think it would work. Let's just trim this thing off level. Ah, that was not a good job. Nope. Let's go run the planer, see if we can make some blocks. All right, we got some figuring to do. So let's say this was a block like that. This is the part that really needs to be planed in all the same thickness this way. I think side to side doesn't matter quite as much because when you stack these back and forth, they stick out the ends a little bit. I don't think that's the end of the world. And so in order to stack them like this, the length has to be 3 times the width, right? Because you've got 3 blocks. And then Wiki says the thickness is 1/5 of the length. So let's find some scraps and we'll reverse engineer them from whatever we got here. We do have a bunch of slabs and pieces left over from the big pine tree I cut down to make the hanging coffee table. Tito was thinking about turning them into 2x4s, but some of them are pretty small. Maybe we could start with a couple of those slabs. Ooh, actually, those are really wet and heavy. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if they're gonna slide or not. Oh yeah, plus if we did this, then the block has to be quite wide and quite long. It's gonna be really heavy. This is the aspen Tito milled up for, I don't know what it was for, but it's super, super warped. I wonder if I could rip it down into thinner pieces. It's cupped rather. Maybe if we cut it down the middle, then we could plane some of the cup out of it and make slightly thinner blocks. The only thing I have enough of without milling up logs is this bunch of 1-inch cedar. Maybe we should start with that because I have a whole bunch and it's relatively flat to start with. Well, it's sort of relatively flat. You might be wondering, how am I going to run this thing without a generator that works? Well, I found out that I've been basically probably ruining my tools. The other generator I had that hasn't ran right for, I don't know, months, I didn't get to run power tools. I got it only to charge stuff up, charge my phone and camera batteries and my computer and stuff. And then it just so happened that the generator's maximum output was the same as this output in my circular saw. And apparently, it's not a great thing for your power tools to run them at the exact max output of the generator. So that and the fact that I couldn't find anybody to fix the other one for a long ways, and even then I didn't know how much it was going to cost. I got a new generator. It hurts, but I got something 50% more powerful, so I bet stuff's going to cruise through here. You know, when I was using this thing before, this planer before, I can't remember what we were planing last, but it would easily take 20 passes on one board just to get it down where I needed it to be, because it just didn't have enough power. And I think that's not the planer, I think that was the generator. So now we've got plenty of power, and it's a Honda, so it should last a while. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, and watch how I start this. Can you believe how quiet that thing is? Amazing. Alright, let's see. We'll get it to an even millimeter so the math's easy. 24.23. Let's take one more pass off there. So this is just very basic algebra, and I tried it twice and I could not get the numbers to work out. And it took me about 5 minutes to realize the problem was that I write the number 4 and the letter Y almost identically. So Z equals 5 times Y. Y is the thickness, not Z equals 54. That's totally different. So I milled that down to 24 millimeters thick, which works out great with the math. That means the length is 120 millimeters, the width is 40 millimeters. It's perfect. I only did millimeters because I can't do hand math with all those decimals. It gets too complicated. Excuse me, spiders. See where it didn't work out, and it didn't work out. What a dummy. Gotta go back to school. So I think what I'm gonna do is, the blocks are gonna get ripped out of here. I think I'm just gonna cut them like a millimeter wide, maybe 2. Might as well start with the smooth edge. You know what? I'm just going exact. I'm gonna see how good my circular sawing skills are. It'd be nice to be able to clamp a straight edge on here and just run the saw along it, but the piece is so thin, and it's gonna keep getting thinner. This would be a perfect job for a table saw. The finest work I'll ever do out here is a corded circular saw. Still try to keep it 80% of the stuff I build with the chainsaw. Went a tiny bit outside the line there, so hopefully we can plane it down now. Oh, it's perfect. Woo! Wow. That's like metal work close. You think I measured them right? Let's see. Ooh, that is exact. I think it might be too light though. Well, I'll make a couple boards worth and we'll try them. I'm excited though, that's rad. Well, we've got a few blocks that don't have corners on them. Not sure, I mean, Really, they wouldn't be ideal, but we might try them anyway. I think I got enough to make a tower here. That was just 3 sticks. Took no time to make. So let's take them down and pop them a couple times. Guess we might as well put the turntable on there. That's probably good for a test. What do you think? Is this gonna work? I really have no idea which ammo to use. The first one I'm gonna try, you guys have seen a bunch I've been talking about. I just call it slow ammo. This projectile is half the weight of a normal 22, and it's going half the speed. They feel like there's nothing, like you buy a box of these, feels like there's nothing in there. I'm gonna start really slow and then ramp it up and see what happens. I also, just for fun, these won't even cycle in this handgun, but I've got some shorts. They're fun because they just pew. They would be fun to shoot out of the revolver though. All right, let's see what happens. I'm gonna be shooting so close, I'm gonna have to kind of resight this or just see where it goes. I'm gonna tack a paper target up here, aim dead center, take a shot, and see where it flies. Well, what's this, 10 feet maybe. Might have to shoot some more paper and test it out, but we're about an inch low. So we gotta aim an inch above what we wanna hit. There's a big old mound at 10 feet. Oh, don't worry about it. No, it's not a problem. Oh, nothing moved. It just blasted out of there. Oh, how cool is that? No way, it didn't even ruin the block. Just got a perfect hole in the end. Didn't bulge out or split or anything. Unfrickin' believable. In that case, you just place it right back on top, right? All right, let's see if we can hit this one out. It's pretty firmly in there, but that'll be a fun try. I forget which one I just pointed at. No way. Let's shoot at the other side, shall we? All right, let's try something a little bit spicier. I'm gonna go all the way to the other end. Just regular bulk ammo. Oh, this might be good because it's a hollow point. I'm gonna try another one right in the middle because if this does, I'm pretty sure it'll go all the way through. If it explodes, then the tower will fall. Let's find out. Oh yeah, we need earmuffs for this one. Yep, that's what I was worried about. So, went in there. Actually went straight through the whole block without coming out the side or anything, but it split this out just enough. It was probably just violent enough that it shook the whole thing. Which is a little bit of a bummer because that bulk ammo is about half the price of the real light, real slow stuff, but that's okay. The only issue with shooting this ammo is that I bought everything that the gun store had last time I was in there, and you don't find it very many other places. So if we're gonna play a thousand rounds of Jenga, we're gonna need to find some more ammo. All right, let's try one of these shorts. So here's a normal 22, and this is a short. Isn't that ridiculous? You see how bitty that thing is? And I think the projectile weighs a little bit more too. I think they said this is a 45 grain, this is 40. Could go right there and read the box, but I'm not going to. And these, I don't even think I can put in the magazine, so we'll just drop one in. Just for a tester, you know? Ha! Let's try one more. Oh, there's your problem right there. How did that happen? I shot it way too high or something? Like that. I shot right through the middle of it. That was my fault. Crazy. We'll just go ahead and try it one more time. I got it at a little bit of an angle. We'll see if we can skip one out of there. That worked. Yeah, that one I aimed a little bit too high. And it came out of there. I'm surprised it didn't blast the whole thing over. I think we'll have to keep a box down here of used up blocks and we'll take them up and burn them. Oh, there you go. Reusable, reusable. That one's good, that one's good. Gotta say it twice. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Holy crap, is this fun. So I found the only ammo I can use is the super slow 20 grain or the shorts, which have almost no powder in them. I'm gonna set this up one more time. Show you a little trick shot I worked out. I think the most I've gotten out of there without it falling is maybe 6 or 7. And when it did fall, I probably just misshot. But there is one Jenga move you can do with a handgun that you probably can't do in real life. How stinking cool is that, huh? Alright, I gotta go get some dinner, get a shower. I'm thinking tomorrow we might try making a few of these out of aspen too, because that's the hardest, heaviest wood I have out here. Even if it's wet, I don't know, it'd be kind of nice if we could use cheaper bulk ammo to do this. Cedar's the lightest, the aspen's the heaviest. I don't know, we'll find out. Well, I went ahead and made some out of 2x4s, and if you do the correct dimensions, they're way too heavy for a 22, no matter what ammo you use. And shooting on an end grain, you can still get a full power 22 to go all the way through the thing. So if you're gonna do this with like a 9mm or something, you could probably make this out of 2x4s. The cool thing is if you want to try this yourself, you're gonna just go buy the lumber. Most of the work for me is just getting it all planed down to the same thickness, same width, everything. Most of that's done for you. So the full 2x4 didn't work, but since I'd already cut a bunch, I ripped the little 2x4 chunks down the middle. So there are 2 of these together as a 2x4. And I've got a set of these. They're maybe about 50% more volume and mass than the first set. I only have enough to do one Jenga tower. I have a feeling these are going to be pretty great. This thing is actually riveted on here, and I was thinking about drilling it out. I'd kind of like to replace this or screw a piece of wood to the bottom, but I can't really figure out how to do it. This has to be just the right tightness to hold the bearings in and to keep it spinning, so I'm just going to cut something to fit in here. At least that way you can shoot at the very bottom of the tower if you want to. Ooh, don't even have to screw it in. That's great. Alright, let's try the slightly bigger one, shall we? A little bit tall, a little excessive, but that's all I got of this size. I guess we'll shoot towards the bottom with the really weak ammo because that's what's going to have the most weight sitting on it. We'll see if it can even pop one of those out there. I kind of think it won't. Just to make it a little bit extra hard, we've got the single action revolver. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't skip out the side and hit the camera. I hate for you guys to be damaged. Nope. Just went right through. Alright. Now let's pull it out and see. Oh yeah, that's really tight in there. Look at that. Wow, they didn't come anywhere close to going through there. Made it half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. There, that one's not too tight. Let's try that guy. Yep, that one's lodged right in there. I think I'm gonna stick with the smaller blocks anyway. But maybe when you come up to shoot, you gotta find the block you want. Like that one's not super tight in there. You know, now that I think of it, that is part of Jenga anyway. You don't just look at a block and try to yank it out. You go through, kind of touch them and see which one wiggles. So I guess either size blocks will work just fine. Kind of want bigger ones if you don't have good aim, but at the same time, if they skip out the side, ruin my block, then I don't have any more to replace them with. I'm going to save the big ones to shoot at with other people, so we'll do one more little test on the small ones, shouldn't we? I also cheated and went back to my good 22. Oh. Okay, then you gotta walk up and find your next shot. Is that, ooh, yeah, that's a good one right there. See, the cool thing is, you do it like that, get a little angle at it, that sucker's going, no doubt. All you gotta do is remember which one it was. Oh yeah, you're supposed to rebuild too, right? Are you supposed to leave it like that, or do you get to straighten it back up? Wow. Look how tiny that bullet is. That's like a pellet, if, maybe not even a pellet size. There's the one right there. Whoopsie. Yeah, my first shot went right in between two layers of bricks and lift the whole thing up. The bullet's just sitting in between there. Do I dare? Hurry up, it's right there. You really got to hit them dead on. Can't have any of that missing stuff. Okay, that one right there. It's a lot harder than it looks, actually. Although that should have been a good shot. If you don't get them right in the dead center, then you tend to split the wood out. It makes it fatter. See, it was just a little bit off. And when it bulges like that, it won't slide anymore. Oh. Seems like about every other block is totally fine that you shoot out of there. And then of the 50% that are a little bit damaged, you can kind of clean them up a little bit. You know, like these two are shot near the bottom and it just bulged the wood out a little bit, but if you got a pocket knife, you can just carve it down a little bit till it's smooth and use it again. Yes, even these are pretty screwed up, but just touched it up a little bit and they're nice and flat now. I think you can keep using them until there's a big chunk gone and it won't, you know, keep the tower upright. This is sweet, really sweet. I'm gonna put this away right now or I'll spend the rest of the day doing these and all these blocks will be dead. Gotta go hide it from myself for 2 more days. Thanks y'all for watching. I was just gonna say, next Saturday morning, 7 o'clock, party week for you guys. But party week's going from Thursday to the following Sunday or Monday, not the following, 1 week later. So I can't put out a party week video to you if party week's not over yet. I believe Sarah's getting here tomorrow. She's supposed to spend a day helping me cut a lot of firewood for both fire pits for 10 days. And we gotta go out and get lake water. We're gonna fill up the hot tub, cut firewood for that, and then completely top up the water tower because we're gonna need shower and drinking water for, I don't know how many people are coming, 10, 12 maybe, but over the course of the whole thing. It's kind of a lot of work to get ready for this. Plus we still gotta go shopping, grocery shopping. Either way, hope to see you next Saturday morning. It'll be, I mean, the video will be, it'll be magnificent. I wonder what it'll be. Oh yeah, just came by here to clean this out a little bit. Sarah and I are going to sleep in here for the next week. And I have been working on a complete build video of this start to finish. If you guys didn't see this built, this was, I think I finished this 2 years ago maybe. It was like 8 or 10 videos. Well, if you missed them, maybe, hey, maybe next week it'll be this video. Wouldn't that be a trip? If this was the thumbnail for next week's video, what do you think? How does it look? Not very good. Tinfoil doesn't make sense, does it? Sarah and I were actually going to sleep on the hanging bed back here, which I haven't used in at least a year. I think Tito's going to stay out here a night or two as well. Let's just check and see if there are any raccoons living in there. Well, it's not too overgrown. Wow, it's even clean under here. No squirrel nests in the headboard or anything. Fantastic. Who knows how the strapping, well, the straps are still tight too. Thanks for watching. See you next week.